Happy Thursday. I almost said happy Friday, but that's not right. Also, I realized when I was doing this morning that I thought that it was winter and it's not winter yet. It's just really cold in New England. So it's still fall, but we're still doing a winter psalm study. So this is what it is. Okay, so today we're doing Psalm 4. We're going to be using my much beloved Catholic Bible that I also use for school when I want something with less footnotes. Okay, Psalm 4, Trust in God. For the leader with stringed instruments, a psalm of David. Answer when I call, my saving God. In my troubles you cleared away. Show me favor, hear my prayer. How long will you let people mock my honor, love what is worthless, chase after lies? Know that the Lord works wonders for the faithful. The Lord hears when I call out, tremble and do not sin. Upon your beds ponder in silence. Offer fitting sacrifice and trust in the Lord. Many say, may we see better times. Lord, show us the light of your face. But you have given my heart more joy than they have when grain and wine abound. In peace I shall both lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me secure. Okay, so obviously lots of beautiful themes of trusting in God to take care of your needs. But I think what feels the most impactful for me today is when they're talking about having more joy in your heart, the Lord having given my heart more joy than they have when grain and wine abound. And specifically as we're going into like the earth is moving into a season of slowness and things don't grow abundantly in winter. Usually this is like a rest hibernation time, especially if you live in a place that experiences the seasons. There's that draw to go in and have silence and quiet, but mostly about the joy. So I know we talked about this the other day a little bit with the gifts of the Holy Spirit, but something that I think is really lacking for a lot of people is an experience of joy in their spiritual life. There's a huge push right now, especially in my tradition, around like liturgical traditions because it gives a lot of structure and a lot of scaffolding. And I understand that and appreciate it because it's given me an enormous amount of peace in my life to have a liturgical calendar and to have a faith life that feels connected to the earth in that way, with feasts and not famine per se, but, those times where you kind of pull back. But sometimes, especially in popular culture right now, there's a lot of enjoyment of the severity of people finding that kind of aesthetic practices. And like almost like they're getting a little dopamine hit and a little like there's something like almost a little sadistic about how good it feels to, or not sadistic, I'm sorry, masochistic, to kind of like punish yourself a little bit. And it's that like, oh, I'm a worm. I'm never going to be good enough. And I think some of the tenderness of what's available in Christianity is kind of getting pushed off to the side, and the severity of some of those practices are being pushed to the forefront. So I just want to make an encouragement that if you can't access joy, that there's still something for you to look at as far as your faith life goes. And I have had times where I kind of need that structure, and so I can move into severity even with myself. And it's such a great reminder that, especially with Christmas coming up and all the stress and the things that have to get done, how important it is to remember to be joyful. And I know that sounds really cliche, but having a spiritual life that's so full of joy that it becomes an automatic invitation for other people to want to have a little bit of what you have. That's it's infectious. It's wonderful. And I know that the people that I feel like have the most healthy, mature faith for the longest period of time, or the healthiest, longest spiritual practice, they have a lot of joy. They can ride the waves of life, but they can laugh when things are funny, and they can take a joke, and there's a levity to them and a sweetness to them and a tenderness to them. So that's just what's sticking out for me today, is to remember to smile and have some joy. And if you feel like you can't access joy, that's something to pray over too, because just being really good at following the rules does not a disciple make. So anyway, that's all I've got. I've got some baking to do. I'll see you guys later. Bye.